What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're talking about our boy Tokita Niko from Kengan Ashura, Kengan Omega. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, joining the Discord, checking out my Twitch and everything else. Now, let's go. As one of the most mysterious characters we've seen throughout the series that we haven't really seen much of, and I hope to get more backstory relating to him at some point in Kengan Omega, he's Tokita Oma's master and became his adopted father, with him teaching Oma everything he knows about the Niko style. And it's also important to keep in mind that Tokita Niko wasn't actually his real name, but rather an alias used by the students of the true creator of the Niko style, Gaio Mukaku. I have a whole video on my second channel, Mysterious Chad, going over everything relating to Gaio Mukaku and how he made the Niko style and how all the Tokita Nikos were pretty much created to, unite the inside, and the one that Oma knows that I'm talking about here was one of those. We sadly don't know much about his physical characteristics, such as we don't know his age, his height, his weight, and then all we really know is that he was killed in the past. Talking about his history, he was one of the only Tokita Nikos to actually pass the final test that Gaio pretty much took them through, with this Niko bearing witness to a lot of the other Nikos dying in front of him while trying to learn the secret technique and the mysterious element of how they all died in this forest that we still don't really know to this day, and how apparently Gaio Mukaku also disappeared, but he didn't actually see him die. 10 years after the events of the forest, he ended up meeting Kuroki Gensai, the Almighty Beard, with Kuroki stating that Tokita Niko had overwhelming power by just looking at him, didn't even need to fight him. Just by looking at him, he was aware of his power. And also talking about his power, when the author of Kengan Ashura was, doing a Q&A on Twitter, one of the questions was if Tokita Niko, the one that trained Oma, was in the Annihilation Tournament, how good he would go. And the creator said he would make the final, so pretty much assuming he's on the same level of Oma, or pretty much one of the closest fighters strength-wise to Kuroki Gensai, but it wasn't confirmed whether he's above or below Kuroki Gensai. Just stated that he'll be in the final, so that's something good to note. A large amount of time we saw from the backstories involving him was relating to training Oma and, teaching him everything about the Niko style, and then the conclusion of that was the secret technique Demon's Bane, and then Niko discovering he could use the possessing spirit, what was implied to be somewhat related to the Niko style, but that also isn't really confirmed as well, with Niko being forced to stop a rampaging Oma. And then once Oma was subdued by him, he realized this was the work of a fellow Niko who was behind everything that happened with Oma with the possessing spirit. This is where they had a fatal battle where Tokita Oma's Niko was able to defeat him, but afterwards, while extremely injured, having, life-threatening battle against Tokita Niko, he was later defeated by Tara Genzan, the creator of the Koei style, and that's where he was killed and defeated. So you gotta respect him having 3 back-to-back battles and, still being an absolute chat after that, with it showing Genzan having quite a bit of damage after the fight. So he went from, stopping in crazy rampaging mode Oma to defeat the person calling himself the real Niko, but probably has mastered all the Niko style, all the secret techniques such as this Niko, and then later to defeat the master of the Koei style, who was later killed by Kiryu and was the person where Oma at the start of Ashura was sending all his revenge to. And then after Niko's death, the only time we get to see him throughout the story is Oma's mental images of him and his, hallucinations he was having throughout the series when he was on the brink of death or when he was near death, and, pretty much seeing Tokita Niko and, getting somewhat type of training from him. The man just going crazy and just seeing his old master / father figure. Regarding his mastery of the Niko style, it could be compared to Oma, but he was better or excelled at different things to Oma, with Niko being better at using the Adamante type katas, while Oma was better at using the redirections and water type katas. And based on how he was teaching Oma the Demon's Bane, you could assume that Niko also was able to use the Demon's Bane, but I doubt he was able to use the possessing spirit if it is part of the Niko style. I personally don't think it's part of the Niko style, and that it's something completely different that we'll most likely learn more about in short time in Kengan Omega. Let me know down in the comments how strong you think this Tokita Niko was. Do you believe in what the author said that he would make it to the finals? So already with that making him top 5 strongest in the series we've had so far. I most likely will make a video in the near future going over the strongest characters in this series based on predictions only, so including characters like Tokita Niko, like Gaio Mukaku, like King from from Purgatory and various other characters we've seen throughout the series that we haven't actually seen fight and seen their power, just fully prediction based. And with that, I think Tokita Niko will probably secure that spot. And it'll be very interesting to, you know, see more of his power and see how he compares to current Omega Oma. So yep, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, let me know what character to cover next. And that's it guys, peace.